Sometimes you make a tiny decision that ends up changing the course of your entire life. Like when you lie to your 5th grade best friend that you believe you are ready to be baptized because you feel Jesus, but really you just want her to think you are cool like her. Or when you have an open spot in your schedule and you decide to take an intro to religions class your senior year of high school, and in the course of the first week you end up reassessing your entire worldview. Or when you are heartbroken and scared and decide to spend nearly all of your waitressing tips from the last year on a plane ticket to Hawaii to work on a farm. And that farm ends up being not just a yoga retreat, but also a Hare Krishna cult. And then you decide to become part of that Hare Krishna cult to the point where you lose all contact with your friends and your family because they just won't understand, and it's easier to just deal with your own karma than to have to explain your newfound dogma. Yeah, sometimes stuff like that does happen. I was raised Methodist Light, as in we went to church on the holidays and when my grandmother had a handbell choir concert. I always just liked music the best. My dad raised me to be open-minded and accept that a lot of the time we just don't know the answers. He taught me about evolution and reincarnation when my first cat died. It made me feel a lot better. I liked having that relief of knowing that there could be something after this life and that Fluffy, my parents, and eventually I will get to try again in the next life. I stayed skeptical of Aloha Farms for at least the first hour. When one of the members of the commune, Leah, which was not her real name, first picked me up in the communal minivan, she had a picture of the blue-faced image of Krishna in a laminated sleeve hanging from the rearview mirror. It waved back and forth in the Hawaiian air, welcoming me. Leah kept talking about Krishna this and Krishna that, and that it was by Krishna's will that I had found this farm. I had actually found the farm through the WOOF website. WOOFs is an acronym standing for Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms. It's a website designed for budget-friendly travelers who want to help out a family farm in return for free room and board and maybe a religious awakening. Be it Krishna's will or the will of binary coding on the internet, Aloha was the first and only farm to respond to my initial email inquiry. Like I said, I had taken religious classes in college, and I knew about Krishna in the context of being a semi-important, not the holy shit, he rules all beings and universes God, that I soon would learn is how he is viewed by the Hare Krishna followers. My particular commune had been started in the 1970s by the first wave of New Age hippies wanting to experience paradise of the body, mind, and spirit. The matriarch and patriarch of my commune, Maha and Raganuga, their real names, Celine and Ralph, had been personally advised by their main spiritual guru of this century to open their doors and accept any and all wanderers to them in a hope to spread the power and love of Krishna to anyone whose karma was worthy. As we pulled up through the gates of the farm, the road lined with avocado and banana trees, 3 large custom-built homes, a massive greenhouse, a bountiful garden the size of half a football field, and a picturesque view of the ocean just down the mountain, it was easy to feel like I had found paradise. And as I was taking in my newfound home in paradise for the unperceived future, as I had not purchased a return ticket, I noticed a blue-faced man looking back at me. Images, posters, statues, everywhere you looked, on the garage, in the trees, in the windows looking out, in the RV. Krishna was always there looking back at you. It didn't stay odd for long, though, and after a while, it was more odd to go somewhere and you wouldn't see him. And like I said, I only really stayed skeptical for about an hour. I think deep down, I really wanted to believe in something. I wanted to feel numb and I not have to feel like I had to be responsible for some of the choices I had made before I found the farm. And having an all-powerful deity to take on all of that for me was great. Plus, I had a free place to stay and lots of loving new friends that told me I never had to leave. All I had to do in return was chant his name constantly, bow with my forehead to the ground toward his image during devotion, serve him all meals first on his own dishes before I ate, learn about the life of Krishna and the path of reincarnation, sleep with chanting playing through an iHome all night, attend kirtans every Friday, pick avocados, bake pita bread, learn to play the ukulele, and eat some of the best goddamn vegetarian meals you'll ever taste. All in all, it wasn't that bad of a trade. I ended up staying with Aloha Farms for almost 3 months, and probably I would still be there if a worried friend hadn't come to rescue me. It was a tough transition back to the world off the farm, back to eating meat and not chanting whenever I get anxious or scared or bored. But when I first moved here 2 years ago, I actually looked up Hare Krishnas in Austin, and they were really welcoming, and they invited me to their kirtans and wanted me to be with them all the time immediately. But I never went. It felt like that part of my life was meant to stay in Hawaii, and that part had ended. And now it was time to make some new life-changing decisions. Thank you.